Hey yo, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. So today we are looking at the prophecy that was given by Pastor Ndlovu, who is based in Bulawayo. And this prophecy, it's a repetition of the prophecy which was done in 2019. And a lot of people, I did an analysis on that about my former church, announcing that there is no clear successor in the church according to the prophecy. And I just thought, let me look at it and, just for us to have a picture, because there are a lot of churches, there are a number of churches that are actually can be pointed out to this scenario. We look at the church of Paul Maja. You remember last year they were actually fighting to the extent that some of them wanted to kill the man. He is 103 years old now, and they wanted to kill him. So this infighting, will it stop if the man departs? That is one of the questions. If he departs today, what is going to happen to that denomination? How big is the church? That is one of the things. Then the former church where I was, where I spoke about not having a clear succession plan, I know of the things that are actually happening there, which some of them are too gruesome to narrate, because some of them they are very, very personal. But I know that the infighting that is happening, and fighting for power is actually there. So could be this church or the church of Paul Maja that is being given this prophecy. Only time will tell. But what I can tell you is that we know, people will love to blame the devil for things that we people have done physically. You know the story of Reinhard Bonke. He was a preacher for, I think over 50 years, and he was known all over Africa, and he died, I think, 2 years back. And before his death, he announced one of the persons that was his assistant to lead the ministry that he was leading. So for people, it was a no-brainer for them when they heard that he has departed. They just knew that this is the person, who has been groomed to be part of, to be the successor. And if you are a Zimbabwean, that the reason why we are having President Idi Mnangagwa is because of the infighting that was happening in ZANU-PF, that we don't have a clear successor. And even Grace Mugabe was saying, quoted it many times, that Baba chitiradza bizaredu ratufana umanyanaro. In simple terms, he was saying that show us the successor so that we can run with that successor. So that uncertainty that will be there in an organization or in a big ministry is what can cause fights. And this is what Pastor Ndlovu was saying, that there's nothing that is so difficult to appoint somebody to say, this is the person that is going to succeed me if I've passed away. Even in the Bible, when Adonijah was saying, David is old, I'm going to take over. And when David made it clear that Solomon was going to take over, it became apparent to everyone in the kingdom that Solomon was going to be the king. So the issue of succession is not something that should be taken lightly. It's something that should be very made very, very clear to congregants, to people in a kingdom, to people in a country, that if something happens to me, this is what is going to happen. It must be in clear, certain terms. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, you are creating a recipe for chaos. So this is, I'm coming here, it's almost 2 years later, and I'm saying that if there is no clear succession plan in this church and even in Maja's church, then there is going to be a problem. And that problem happens because you have not prepared the organization or the church to say, this is somebody that you are supposed to look out for. I'll give you a number of ministries in the US. You look at the ministry of John Hagee. The son, Matthew Hagee, is already leading the church. So it's very, very clear, and has been preaching and he has been leading the church for some time. You look at the likes of the late Frederick Price. He started grooming his son, and the son was standing on the pulpit and doing so. The church had already warmed up to the son. So it will be very, very clear once the person has departed that the church will not be swayed away to say, we are going to follow that, we are going to follow that. So they are not going to make their own assumptions that this is what the person wanted. So go and watch out the prophecy. I cannot put it up here because of copyright issues, but go and watch it out and listen and tell me what you think. But I believe that this is a clear picture that one needs to sort out. Even if you look at what I was saying to you, that there was uncertainty in ZANU-PF, that's what led to the issue of the President Idi Mnangagwa coming to the fore, because the party was now saying, we are not sure, because one day you are going to leave us and we don't know who is going to take over. So we want to make sure that we put the future in our hands. Then you saw the issue of, I gave you the example of David. So all these things, it's an issue of, if there is no clear succession plan, you are creating a good recipe for disaster. And that disaster can be avoided if proper steps are done. I don't think this needs prayer or to say, let's pray. It needs to organize yourself. Before Moses died, God prepared Joshua. Sorry, I'm using biblical examples, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but I'm just trying to express a point to say that clear succession plan must be there if an organization is run for quite some time, so that people are not going to get confused in the future. So that's all that I want you to see and to point out on this issue. But thank you so much for watching. Go and check out the prophecy. I'm going to put it on the link below, and you go and watch it and tell me what you think. Do you think it's my former church, which I've mentioned a number of times, or it is Maja's church, which is in Zimbabwe? That's what we're going to live to see. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Please subscribe and share, and we are back with more analysis that we're going to be doing here on this channel. It's your boy once again reminding you that Rise Up Africa, the world is waiting for you. Thanks for watching.